show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Face in your face. Face in your face.
So upon common sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel or watching this channel for the first time, the reason why it is called, I'm sorry, actually, let me just redo this. Good evening, welcome to another episode of Latina Disaster. Oh my goodness, sorry. Uh, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with this channel, what we usually do is we discuss issues pertaining to Latinos living in the United States. Okay. Of course, I have my main channel, which is Uncommon Sense by Jose Negron, where I discuss everyday issues and we try to find logical solutions. I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Instagram. Also, the subscriber mode has been enabled with it for the first 5 minutes. Meaning, if you're not a subscriber and you wish to enter a comment in the chat, you need to subscribe to the channel. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who've already subscribed to the channel. Whether you've been a supporter from the very beginning or recently joined, I really appreciate your love and continued support. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media, as well as those who allow me to enter you into your devices and those who watch from the clouds, even the haters. So what I'm going to ask you to do, if you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and set the bell notification to all. So therefore, whenever I do produce content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on the playback. So as you can see by the thunder, okay, excuse me. I don't know why I'm echoing. Okay. Okay, I don't know why I'm echoing. You know what I think I'm gonna have to do, just bear with me, is I'm seem to be echoing. Can I just okay, hello? Okay, hello? Okay. Okay, I had to like delete the portion in Instagram because I seem to be echoing for some reason. I don't want to do that. My apologies. So so tonight's topic it's going to be who is Zohran Mamdani. Okay. So of course, for those of you who are not familiar, he is our new mayor for the city of New York. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to separate the facts from fiction. Now, before we get into the main topic, I'm going to give you another episode of. Well, first of all, Happy New Year to all of you. that I have not stated Happy New Year to on my other channel. I hope that your holiday season was a pleasant one. I hope you was able to to enjoy some good times. I hope you're able to create some good memories. Okay. Now, of course, last week I had the opportunity, which I did. I was actually attending the inauguration of the new mayor. It was a first time experience. I'm not gonna lie, it was chilly out there. It was windy, waiting. Now, I, for reasons that escaped me, I decided to get there very early because I was anticipating a a huge crowd. Okay, but it was okay. Um, of course, you have politicians who gave their speeches, and then you have the swearing-in ceremony of the controller, the public advocate, and then finally the mayor. Okay. I did enjoy the environment. Um, of course, there were some people that booed the previous mayor, Eric Adams. I did not. Okay. I think history will state fully how things function under his leadership. He did some good things and he made some mistakes, like all politicians do. Now, the reason why I decided to talk about who is Zohran Mamdani, because there's been a lot of misconceptions regarding what he is and what he isn't. Also, if you look at TikTok, there's been a lot of minds regarding New York City, and basically that New York City has been transformed into this extremely Islamic environment. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I do not know a great deal about Islam. What little I do know, it does seem to be a workspace based system. No disregard, no disrespect intended to those who follow Islam. And of course, there's some secrets about Islam I prefer not to talk about. And of course, people are making a big deal of the fact that he took his oath of office using the Quran. Well, he's a Muslim. Of course, he's going to use the Quran. Okay. If you are a Christian, you got to swear on the Bible. If you're a member of the Jewish faith, you got to swear on the Torah. If you are a Buddhist, you're going to swear on whatever holy book that they use. And I guess anything for an atheist, I guess, will be the Constitution. So I don't understand what's the big to do about it that he took his oath on the Quran. I will say this much. He is, without a doubt, one of the most youngest men to become mayor. He's in his 30s. In fact, I could be his father. Okay. So it's going to be interesting as a municipal employee addressing Zohran Mamdani as Mr. Mayor. And of course, he made a lot of promises. We're going to see whether or not he achieves them or not achieves them. Okay. Now, of course, I made my comment regarding what happened recently with our troops going to Venezuela, and I'm gonna with quotation marks, arrested Maduro and his wife, and brought them to the United States to stand on trial for certain criminal activities against his own government and his people. The problem is this is such a dangerous settlement, a dangerous precedent, because some country can just as easily think that our president is guilty of some sort of criminal activity, and what they may try to do is kidnap our president or kidnap any of our political leaders, take into their country and try them under their court of law. Okay, and this is the thing we condemn other leaders are doing, but yet we're doing the same thing. Now, people say that Maduro is an evil person, he's a dictator, whatever. That may be so. That may be so. But no one is above the law, and there is a process in place in case when dealing with leaders who commit or allegedly commit criminal acts. But we shall see. But in any case, we're going to go to the main topic. Now, before I begin, let me just state for the record that the link to join the panel has been pinned. Should anyone wishes to hear, if I never seen you before, if I never heard from you before, I will insist that you come up in the backstage to make sure that no one tries to flash any pornographic images, which will cause the people of YouTube to take down their stream. Once I make the determination you're not going to do that, then I'll let you on the panel. And what inspired me to do this is the fact of the matter is we have heard every conceivable misconception regarding Mamdani. Now, let me just state for the record, I don't agree with everything that he believes in. But I do believe everyone should be given an opportunity to see what if they are able to govern effectively, to see if they're able to achieve any of the goals that they campaign upon. Okay, whether or not under his administration will life get better for the people, for the citizens of New York City. And believe me, if Zohran Mamdani fails to achieve any of his objectives, and he does not do anything to improve the life here for us New Yorkers, believe me, I will hold him accountable. Okay. First of all, let's just state the facts. First of all, his full name is Zohran Mamdani. Okay, he is 34 years old, so he could be my son. Okay. First of all, let's just state the facts. He is the first Muslim and the first Asian American to serve as the mayor of New York. Okay. Now, previously, from 2021 to 2025, he was a member of the New York Assembly of the 36th District in the New York State Assembly. The district represents Astoria. That's a neighborhood that's in Queens. Okay. Now, Zohran Mamdani was born in Kampala, Uganda, to Indian parents. Um, his father is Mama. Okay, if I mispronounce these words, please forgive me. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Mamdani Mamdani and Mira Nia. Now, when he was 7 years old, after spending 3 years in Cape Town, South Africa, his family moved to the United States, settling in New York City. Now, Mamdani graduated from Bronx High School of Science before receiving a bachelor's degree in Africana Studies from Baldwin College in Maine in 2014. So he is a Gen Z person. After working as a housing counselor and a musician, Mamdani entered local New York City politics as a campaign manager for Kandahar El-Yadin and Ross Bacon. He was first elected to the New York State Assembly in 2020 to defeat a five-term incumbent Avala Simotas in the Democrat primary. Representing Astoria and Long Island City, he was reelected without opposition in 2022 and 2024. Okay. Now, in 2024, October 2024, he announced his candidacy for the mayor. He campaigned on affordability, focused on supporting fare-free city buses, universal public child care, city-owned grocery stores, rent freeze on rent stabilized units, additional affordable housing units, a $30 minimum wage by 2030. He's also a supporter of LGBTQ rights, comprehensive public safety reform, and tax increases on corporations and those earning above $1 million annually. He was successful in winning the Democrat primary in June of 2025, defeating former Governor Andrew Cuomo and becoming mayor in the November general election. Okay, so that kind of gives you a little taste of it. So let's focus on his earlier career. Okay. And for those who are just turning in, we're just talking about who is Zohran Mamdani. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just simply stating the facts. I'm not stating that I agree with his politics. I'm not saying that I'm against his politics. I'm just simply trying to separate the facts from the fiction. Now, one thing I didn't know is that he's a fan of hip hop and compose, perform, and produce rap music. Okay, and he was known as Young Kandaman. Okay, and he collaborated with his best friend, Uganda rapper H.A.B. Abu Bahassim, whose origins are in South Sudan. Okay. So he had a musical career. Okay. Now, Mamdani curated and produced the soundtrack to his mother Mia Neer's 2016 film, Queen of Katwe, which he was nominated for a 2017 Guild of Music Supervisors Award. He co-wrote the song Number One Spies with H.A.B. for the film. Mamdani also appears in an extra on the film and is credited as a third assistant director. Okay. So now we're going to get into political involvement. Mamdani entered New York City politics as a volunteer for Ali Net John's campaign in the 2015 special election for the 23rd district of the city council. Mamdani was inspired to join Najim's campaign after learning he was supported by Haynes, a New York rapper of Indian descent and co-founder of alternate hip-hop music, The Races. Specifically, Mamdani attributed his involvement in local politics in 2015. The British article about Najimi and Haynes was described as one of his famous rappers. In 2017, Mamdani joined the New York City chapter of the Democratic Socialist America and worked for the campaign of New York City Council candidate Kader El-Yatim, a Palestinian Lutheran minister and Democratic Socialist from Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. Part of Mamdani's motivation to join DSA was his pro-Palestine stance, which aligns with his own prior activism. Mamdani served as the campaign manager for Ross Baca's 2018 unsuccessful bid for the New York State Senate, and also a field organizer for the Democratic Socialist Tiffany Caban's close run for unsuccessful 2019 campaign for Queen County District Attorney. Okay. Now, of course, he was a member of the New York State Assembly from 2021 to 2025. Now, by May of 2025, Mamdani had been the primary sponsor of 20 bills in the Assembly, 3 of them which became law, and co-sponsored up 238 bills. As a member of the Assembly, he helped launch a successful fare-free bus pilot program and participated in a hunger strike alongside taxi drivers. And of course, in October 2024, he announced he was going to run to become New York City's next mayor. Okay. And he became the Democratic candidate by defeating former Governor Andrew Cuomo. Okay. Now, after Mamdani won the primary, criticism and attacks against him, he used racist, xenophobic, and Islamophobic tropes. Excuse me. After Mamdani won, criticisms and attacks against him used racist, xenophobic, and Islamophobic tropes, particularly reference to the 9/11 attacks and terrorism. These criticisms and setbacks came from across political spectrum and sparked concern and debate over Islamophobia and mainstream American politics. The success of Mamdani's campaign was attributed part to his use of social media to reach potential voters, especially young voters. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't like when people use racist rhetoric regarding what a person believes. Okay. I do not believe in Islam. I don't know a lot about Islam. I respect people who observe Islam. Okay. The main problem I have with Islam is that it is a belief system where it appears that you have to earn your salvation, which is quite opposite to what Christianity believes, because we believe that salvation is based on grace, not on works. Okay. I'm not saying I have an issue with people who observe Islam. I respect them, but I respectfully disagree. So now we're going to be talking about his political positions. Okay. And this is where people are, getting a lot upset because he identifies himself as a democratic socialist. He's also a member of the Democratic Socialists of America, described as a progressive and left-wing populist. His policy has been characterized as left-wing. His economic platform centers on equity and affordability, supporting debt relief for taxi medallion owners, stronger rent control, tenant protection, and a social housing development agency to build 200,000 affordable units. He also advocates of raising the minimum wage to $30 an hour by 2030. And basically, how that would be paid for is higher taxes on corporations and high income earners to fund free tuition at CUNY and SUNY, universal childcare, city owned grocery stores, and free public transportation, cutting taxes for out of borough owners and reforming the New York property tax system. Let me just tell you this. As far as free public transportation, it's a nice goal, but it's never going to happen. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. First of all, let's make it clear. When it comes to our buses and our trains, they are operated out of the Metropolitan Transit Authority. It is a state agency, okay, which operates trains, buses, our airports, bridges, and toll booths in New York, New Jersey, and trains going into Connecticut. Any discussion regarding providing free public transportation is going to have to go through the MTA. I don't see that happening. Our current governor, Hochul, basically said, in not so many words, that's not happening. And as far as taxing corporations and high earners to make up the revenue that we'll take, it sounds nice in theory, but with all due respect, I don't see that happening. Okay. What I do see is maybe some, extension of fares where people are provided access to the buses and trains at a reduced fare, or free buses and free trains. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. I mean, I wish him good luck, but that's not gonna happen. Now, the $30 an hour, minimum wage. I don't see that happening either. Maybe $20 an hour, maybe, but 30. We gotta wait and see whether or not he actually succeeds. Now, as far as other politics are concerned, Mamdani has condemned dictatorships in Venezuela and Cuba while criticizing U.S. sanctions on those countries. He had denounced Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi as a war criminal and remains a critic of Israel in the Gaza genocide, describing its policies as apartheid and support the movement to boycott, diverse, and sanction that country. Let me just see. Give me a moment. Oh, I see we have a guest. So let me just state for the record that the views of those who appear on the panel are not necessarily those of the host. Any attempt to copy the material without the consent of the host is prohibited. By appearing on the call, you waive your right to the image. Some of the views that people hold may be considered offensive to some viewers. If you do not like the content, you can block the channel. And now we're going to bring in our guest. Good evening, Gigi.
Hey y'all.
Okay, how are you doing tonight?
Can you hear me, Jose?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Oh, nothing. I was just saying it's my first time coming on this channel.
Yes. And I know you probably have
Hitting
a
your
few
link on
things to
this
say
channel.
about our new mayor. Yeah, I know you probably have a few things to say about our new mayor. So go ahead.
Well, I'm not gonna go in if that's what you're saying. No, I actually came to educate myself a little bit because I haven't looked too deep into it, and I know that you have put in the work for this live stream. So I'm actually curious to what you have to say mostly, you know. Um, I will
Okay.
say that swearing in on a Quran, I feel like is inappropriate in America.
Okay. Well, I don't. There's a lot of things about Mamdani that I disagree with.
Hmm.
Okay. And what some of the things that he wants to do, it's not going to happen. Three public transportation. That's. I mean, that's not going to happen. Okay,
Yeah.
because we don't determine how we set policy regarding the fare with the trains and the buses. That's done on the state level. Okay. Um, as far as him raising the minimum wage to $30 an hour, nice. I don't think that's doable either. Now, as far as him swearing an oath on the Quran, I don't see an issue, and I'm going to explain to you why. If you are a Christian, of course you're going to swear on the Bible. If you are a Jew, you're going to swear on the Torah. If you are a Muslim, of course you're going to swear on the Quran. Okay. And I guess if you're an atheist, I guess you'll probably swear on the U.S. Constitution or the state Constitution or the Charter of the City of New York. So I don't have an issue regarding him swearing on the Quran. My issue is, and it's more of a practical matter. Is he going to be able to improve the life of my fellow New Yorkers? And he'll have 4 years to prove whether he will succeed or fail.
Well, to be fair, I would feel the same exact way if a person was swearing in on a Torah or any other, you know, religious book. So just because I feel like this country was founded on Christianity, it says in God we trust. It doesn't say in whoever else we trust. And so that's my reasoning for that. But I just wanted to point that out that it wouldn't matter what religion it was. If it wasn't the Bible, I would feel the same way. It's not specifically because it's the Quran.
And you're entitled, and you're entitled to your belief. Okay. I mean, for all I care, he can swear on the yellow pages. Okay. I mean,
Well, that's what's
it's
supposed to be the
basically all
seriousness of
these.
the oath. It's an oath, that's the point. It's not, swearing
Yeah,
on the yellow
I
pages. It's an
understand.
oath to God and your country.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I get it, but um, I am not okay. I am not that concerned with whether Mondani swears an oath of office on the Quran, the Bible, the Torah, or the Constitution, of the state constitution, or the federal constitution. My concern is this: how he's going to improve the lives of New Yorkers. Or if he's not going to improve the lives of New Yorkers, then we need to hold him accountable.
Well, I mean, you had to have had some kind of faith. So you're telling us the things that you don't think that he'll be able to swing, right? What do you think is in his realm of possibilities that he can deliver on, that he promised?
Okay, I think what he can do is create more affordable housing.
Okay.
I think he can do that. Okay.
Mhm.
I think what he's going to have to do, he's going to have to, form alliances in order to do that. I think he can do that.
I think he can do
I
that as
think he
well because
can
even Trump
raise,
said he would help him with that. Trump said that he would help him with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we shall see. Hopefully hopefully he will. Hopefully he will.
Yeah.
But now, as far as him being a progressive, um, being pro LGBTQ and everything else, um, all I'm going to say is I'm going to agree to disagree. Now, as far as what's going on with Israel and the situation, okay, I made my position very, very clear. Okay, what Israel is doing, we need to give the same treatment to Hamas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are photos of him hanging out with Islamic terrorists. I mean, I don't know.
Well, look, let me be. I'm going to be perfectly frank. Um, the choices we had was Como, okay, um, which I have issues with how he handled situation with with the deaths on the COVID-19 and hiding that data, plus um, forcing thousands of municipal employees to partake in a particular pension tier when it's unequitable. Okay, and then you have Curtis Lewa, which I'm sorry, I just cannot see him take. I cannot see him as mayor. Of course, and the other option was Eric Adams until he decided to drop off. So it was basically, with me, it was just basically the most realistic choices that are available. That's why I put Mondani. Now, if he does not achieve anything, you can rest assured I'm going to hold him accountable.
Well, I guess we shall see. I don't know what to say about that. Um, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I mean, we went from we will
yeah,
never
it is a
forget.
tough one. Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen the thing online where they say we went from we will never forget to we forgot?
Well, have you seen all the memes regarding Mondani on TikTok?
I don't know. I did see the one that I just mentioned. Which ones are you talking about?
Okay, so basically, you have images of New York City becoming this Muslim um, Muslim state where everything is under Sharia law.
Oh yeah, they call it New
And
Yorkistan.
yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, you've seen London. They did the same thing. They let him in government, and now it's London stand. So, I mean, it is a possibility, Jose, if it continues down this path. Let's be honest.
Okay, yes, but I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I don't see it happening because first of all, way the way our local government is, I mean, is running. I mean, he can try to establish Sharia law here in New York City, but we have 51 members of the city council, which is um, I just don't see all of them signing up for this Sharia template of society.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, and the whole point of all this is to try to speak on the facts without getting emotional about it. Okay, because there's been a
Hmm.
lot of um, xenophobic rhetoric directed towards Muslims.
I mean, I think that if we were to move to the Middle East somewhere and took office somewhere, they probably would be talking crap about us too. So, I mean, it is what it is, right?
I mean, look, I mean, you can basically say whatever you want, okay? And like I said, I'm not claiming to be a blind leader of Mamdani. I'm just trying to present the facts. That's all I'm trying to do.
It wouldn't. How many of? Because I saw videos on YouTube of like NYPD throwing their uniforms on the street.
Well, okay. Well, it's been okay. Okay, I'm gonna say alleged because I have not heard it, but in the past, Mandani has said some harsh anti-police criticisms of the NYPD. Now, I'm not saying that the NYPD is 100% innocent. Okay, with every organization, you're gonna have bad apples. Okay, so I think people are just reacting to what they have heard about him and not bother to try to actually study what he is about.
You talking about the police that quit?
I don't know that any police quit, but I'm sure. I mean, I know it's been alleged that he has said some anti-police rhetoric.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that it's alleged. I think he has, just in general. I think it's just because he
And
is
maybe
more
you know what?
so he wants to like like send social workers and stuff in place of different like kind of like delegate different issues to different departments, I think. Um but I don't know if it was the way that he worded it, or I don't know, or if they took it the wrong way or what exactly, but he did say like things about cops in New York for sure.
Okay, that may be the case. Okay, but all I'm saying is let's see what Mandani does or what Mandani failed to do, and then we should hold him accountable for everything that he does or failed to do. That's all I'm saying, and try to learn about the person without all the xenophobic hysteria.
Well, I will say that regardless, I hope that he does well, and I hope he does good things for your city. And that's the difference when there's like people that are insane that are weighing into these political discussions. It's like they are rooting, even like people that have like the Trump derangement syndrome. It's like they're rooting for that person to lose, but ultimately, these are the leaders of our country. We want them to be successful, you know? So I hope that he is successful, and I hope he does a great job for the city of New York, you know?
Believe me, I hope so. I hope so too,
Yeah.
because this is my home.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's just that I believe in being more pragmatic about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, August. Okay,
It's kind of like a
all I'm
topic,
gonna
Jose,
say is
that we really don't know until we see what happens. So it's kind of like we're not fortune tellers, so we don't know what's going to happen, you know? All we can do is hope for the best.
no, exactly.
Hmm.
I mean, look, the fact of the matter is, we as Christians were told to pray for our leaders. Okay, so believe me, I'm praying for Mamdani that he does improve the life of our fellow New Yorkers. Okay, whether he does, time will tell.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
believe me, as much as I no, as much as I disagree with our current administration, I mean, I do hope that he's able to resolve a lot of the issues that are currently, because there's a lot of issues that we're facing in this country. There's an issue
Yeah.
regarding groceries going, the price of groceries going up, all these tabs going up, the cost of everything going up and things like that, and the fact that there are millions of Americans living paycheck to paycheck. Okay, and but my main concern is I truly believe that his cognitive skills are declining, and it has nothing to do with his so-called criminal activities or what have you. But I think if you are being honest, listen to what he says. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I can't really, you know, agree or disagree, I guess, with that statement. It's not as far gone. I mean, we literally had a full-blown Alzheimer's patient the last 4 years, so who knows, you know? Oh,
No, but believe me,
did you see that I just saw in the news that they caught some trans chick um on JD Vance's property, and he busted out windows and whatever he did, he damaged the property, and they're talking about that now. So it's gonna go around another way with the whole like trans thing, because even like with the Charlie Kirk situation, and then now with somebody trying to get JD Vance. So that's another little group that's kind of like one to watch for, if you haven't noticed.
okay, look, my my issue.
Every time I say
My
an
issue.
issue, you always breathe like, oh God, you know?
Okay, look, my issue with the transgender, it's not so much they want to live in whatever fluidity of gender that they wish to pursue. Okay, as long as my issue is that when they try to impose what they believe on us. Now, if
Yeah,
you
I
want
think.
to, now if you want to, yeah, now if you want to go through life being anatomically male and becoming female, or declaring yourself gender neutral, by all means, go ahead. My problem is when you impose your beliefs on me.
Hey, Irby.
That's where I have an issue. That's where I have an issue. Okay, we can respectfully disagree, But
Yeah,
once
I
you
would
start
agree.
telling
I don't really waste much time
me
thinking about the gay
that
situation,
I
the
got
gay rights or the
to
trans rights.
accept you, and I got to, whatever you and believe what you. Yeah. I mean that is my whole point. That is my whole point. Everyone, okay, everyone is entitled to live their way, whatever philosophy, dogma, political view, religious view, what have you. Okay, as long as you're not trying to impose what you believe on me, I'm cool.
But
Once you
that's kind
try
of
to
what the
do
issue
that,
is. That's the problem,
that's a
right?
problem.
But that's what the problem is, like, ultimately, is that
Yeah.
they are trying to impose their will, and that's why they're being violent. So, like I said, it's just like I don't spend much time thinking about gay rights or trans rights or whatever they got going on because there's just like huge problems going on in the world. But it is a group to watch out for because they are becoming increasingly violent.
Yes. Yes, I agree. And I'm sorry. If you're talking about an individual that looks like that he could be a linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers, okay, trying to come in a dress and trying to identify as a female, okay, to use the ladies' room, I have a huge problem with that.
Oh my gosh, it's such a mess.
I'm going to keep it real.
I know, Jose. I mean, you can't make half of this shit up. I mean, like I said on your comment, I'm like, 2026 has started out with a bang. We done abducted Maduro. We got the trans going crazy. We got Iran uprising. And the Maduro thing has a lot to do with that as well. I think that it is about oil because Trump didn't mince any words. That it is about oil. But there's also other pieces to the puzzle as far as destabilizing his enemies further. Like, what's the word? Like, yeah, like destabilizing his enemies in different ways because Maduro supports the terrorists. If you didn't know, he does.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like Jews, if you didn't
But
know
you
that as
but you
well.
know but, okay. But what's the thing I'm afraid of?
What are
That's
you
going to
afraid of?
inspire somebody that's gonna take a look at our presidents. And I'm not just referring to Trump. I'm talking about whoever occupies 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. That might inspire someone to try to kidnap him or her or whatever,
Hmm.
because genders are fluid. Um, they might kidnap whoever is the chief executive, take him and bring it to their country, and then try to judge that individual based on their laws, what they perceive what the president did which was criminal against that country's laws.
Yeah. Well, it definitely has opened a whole new situation, but at the same time, I read also that this is not the first time this has happened, that we did this with Noriega. So this is not like Trump's the first person to do this. Also, what was I gonna say? Maduro also told Trump, taunted Trump, and told him, "Come and get me." And I mean, I don't know when these people will learn that Trump really isn't the one to play with. Like, he really is about that life, you know?
Yeah.
Maduro
I
told him,
mean,
"Come get me," and Trump came and got him, Jose.
oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. I mean, one thing. Look, one thing. I will give Trump credit. I will give Trump credit in that one. He did say he was going to get Maduro. He got him.
Oh, gosh. I am just curious to see how all of these things like play out. The Nigeria situation, the Iran situation, the Venezuela, all of that. It's a lot going on right now.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's the situation regarding the midterm elections and things of that nature. And, what's going to happen. the presidential election for 2028, and they're
Yeah,
talking
and they're
about who's
pushing
going to
JD
take over
Vance.
the.
I'm not voting for JD Vance. Like, I don't care. Like, they're pushing for JD Vance next. I'm not voting for JD Vance. So that's why I say I'm an independent now, because I don't blindly vote for either side. But I feel like JD Vance has shown his true colors. He also has um all the things that they accuse Trump of. I feel like JD Vance really kind of does embody those things. Like, he has pandered for sure to the far right and the schmazzies, and even his little speech saying like, "Oh, you don't have to be ashamed to be white in America anymore." And it's like, since when has it ever been a shame to be white in America? Like, they're acting like they're the victims now after spending all of those years of complaining about how black people play the victims. Now the white supremacists are playing the victims.
And what gets me, it was centuries ago when they brought people from Africa to be slaves, okay? And let's keep it real. Not only did they got free labor, they also got free cooch. Okay, so and then centuries after the fact, they're complaining about black people complaining about their trauma. I mean, it's like, and now they're trying to claim themselves as victims.
Yes.
Please spare me.
It's insane. And that's why it's just like the hypocrisy. Because like I said, like, I know how white people talk and how they think, and they really do have this like, oh, well, you got to pick yourself up by the bootstraps and stop complaining about the past, and this is 2000 and whatever it is. And then now they're over here crying and blaming all their problems on the little hats, and and saying how like they're disappearing, and because and white people need to have more babies and all of that. And I just find it interesting, how the tables have turned. Just like they used to make fun of the left for the cancel culture, and now they have the cancel culture.
I mean, it's kind of like listening to all the ish happening in these YouTube streets when you think about it.
Irby, I'm
I'm
not voting
sorry, but
for
you
you.
just can't make it.
Listen, any man that doesn't defend his wife, I would not trust to defend this country in the proper way. I'm sorry. Any man that doesn't defend his wife
Yeah.
or children, I can't trust that you would defend the country. Like, you're not giving strength. You know what I mean? You're giving weak. You're giving like you're a sellout just to get into the presidency. Like, you'll literally just let them attack your wife and kids just to make it to the presidency, and that's pretty sick.
Yeah, but you know what? It's like basically he sold his soul
Yeah.
um, in order to become what the new leader of the of Mega. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and he
I'm
didn't even
sorry.
like he used to talk so much shit about Trump too. You know that, like, before he used to talk so much shit about Trump. So he's pretty fake, and not only that, he was also like funded and I don't know what they would call it. He was propped up by some rich guy. I don't know if you watch like some of these conservative channels, they talk about it. Some like rich gay guy who like funded him and did all this and got like he has people behind him also pushing him to this position. So I don't know. I'm a little bit worried that he may have a chance, but the way that people are panicking about the moves that Trump are making, who knows? It might be a Democrat that gets in next. The thing that I would worry about that is that are we going to reopen the border again and let all the terrorists come back in again? Like, what's going on? I don't see the next election like being. It's going to be another as per usual situation where it's like we have two terrible people to choose from.
Well, there's talk about that Kamala Harris might decide to run for president again in 2028.
Oh gosh. I don't
Okay,
remember.
well,
Maybe.
yeah. Well, oh boy, you know what? It's amazing that you can raise over a bit. Okay, and you can raise over $1 billion in the campaign and still lose.
Hey, Irby.
Hey,
Hey,
Irby.
what's up? That's why I'm very careful. I hope everything goes smoothly well with the Venezuelan thing, because if anything goes down, like let's say it's a civil uprising bringing, and you have a Democrat in the White House, trust me, they're gonna be petty. They're gonna be petty and say, well, we should let them in and let the border open because look what the previous president did to Venezuela.
Yeah, but they're going to do that anyways, aren't they?
Yeah.
Isn't that what they love to do? Open the border up and let everybody in? I mean, that's their
Yeah.
thing, right? You think the Venezuela thing is going to push them to do that, or they're going to do that regardless?
They're gonna do it regardless, but they're gonna probably try to. They're just gonna. I'm just thinking they're gonna say, well, they're gonna make an excuse.
I'm worried about that. I'm worried about. I mean,
Um,
there's already terror cells in our country.
Look, I'm just trying to get by 2027, early 2028, because that's when I'll be retiring.
I
And
would
I don't have
say.
to
He
deal with
pled.
all
He
See,
this.
pled.
Jose don't give a
It's a
damn about the
municipal.
whole country going down because he's like, oh, fuck it. I'm about to retire anyways. I'm out of this bitch. Like, he don't care.
Jose, he pled not guilty today, so there's gonna be a trial. I want to see how this shit goes.
He is guilty, though. That's what's funny.
But there's gonna be a trial though, because he ain't gonna make himself be guilty. Oh,
I wish I had the right numbers because I don't like to give incorrect information, but I saw something about it today, and they said that when he was in court, that he was talking shit, and he was like telling them like, I am the president of my country, and they're just like, "Psh, please, like 50 countries. I forget how many countries they said they don't even recognize him as the legitimate, not just us, like almost the whole world, like nobody barely recognizes him as the actual true leader of that country. So good luck with that one, sir. You're not going back. If he goes back, he thinks he's going to go back to being president, then people are going to revolt like they are in Iran. Like he's done.
he might not even see the daylight.
Uh,
He might not even
No,
see
they're going to take
daylight.
him out. Yeah.
I think he's going to prison for life.
um, it's going
Or
to be interesting, nevertheless. I mean, because I
or
don't.
or he gets out when he's an old man like Noriega.
He's very tall. I
Well,
was like, dang.
But he's done.
They say he's like, what, 6'4" or something?
yeah.
He's very tall.
He may be very tall, but then again, he's not so. He's not all that smart. Particularly egging Trump to try to get him.
That's the funniest part. And you know what? The thing I will never, ever forget, because me and my husband, even though it is terrible, we laugh so hard. But they were literally on the news. This was years ago. And they were talking about the people that were starving in Venezuela. It was so bad at one point. And they showed Maduro up there, and he was like saucing on the freaking car. Did you see that? Like on the stage? And they were like, the people are starving, and this dude's over here saucing it up and shit. And it was just funny in a way. I will
So
never forget that moment.
what the wife doing? Why they got the wife?
Oh, well, you know, the wife is the the ride or die. She's the accomplice. She's just as bad. I don't feel bad for her.
Well,
Any
she's.
freaking
I
people
mean,
that are
I
running
mean,
the
she's
country
definitely.
starving
I mean,
people, fuck them.
well, she's definitely more loyal to Maduro than Melania is loyal to Trump.
What did Melania do? Melania's
I have
just a
a,
regular wife whose husband gets on her
Oh,
nerves.
let's
I
let's
have a,
keep it real.
uh,
Melania. Okay, but could you imagine being married to a woman that can't stand you?
Most women probably can't stand there.
I, I mean, not even my ex-wife ever acted that way with me.
He likes it, you know. Men like that. They like to complain on YouTube about it or whatever, but they like a challenge and they like a woman that gives them a hard time. He loves her. And she's just like, yeah, yeah, whatever. Where's my money?
Melania is good. She ain't worried about nothing.
I like Melania.
Hmm. Well,
She's a classy lady.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I don't care either way. Really, I don't care. I mean, I'm just trying to deal with all this and things of here in New York. Um, and of course, every passing day brings me one day closer to that blessed day when I can retire.
Well,
Uh,
Jose low key saying this ain't my problem. I'm gonna be retired pretty soon.
well, Jose, I don't know if you've noticed, but I have been doing the shorts. Like, the chat GPT was saying if you drop like one a day, it'll get you the subs fast. And like at first it wasn't moving, but they're finally my subs are starting to move from the shorts. And shorts are kind of fun because you can just do like a million topics so fast. It takes so long to make a video on one topic. And the shorts are just like boom, 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 1 minute, get your point in and you out. So I'm enjoying doing that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
You
that's.
that
see my
shirt.
shorts today? I had
I mean, would you?
messy shorts today. Did you see them?
I saw
Yeah,
the
I've seen
Lily
a
Daniels.
couple. I mean, I just haven't had a chance to comment.
Oh, okay.
Would you believe it that this past would you believe this past year I actually gained 990 subs on my main channel?
Yeah, I believe it because you're at 1.5 now. That's why I said you're snowballing now. You're free falling. You're good to go. After you hit that 1K, it's just they just come quicker. It's just climbing up that mountain to 1K. But after you hit that 1K, the subs roll in.
Yeah. So right now I'm just working on trying to increase the watch time so I can gain that little coin.
That little coin, yes. So I'll probably be
Yeah.
doing that for the next however many months until I get my little 1K. So I'll be making them shorts. But yeah, I don't know which ones you saw, Jose. I know Irby, he saw both of them, but I definitely made two messy shorts today. Y'all check them out if you're out there. I think they were good. I've had about
Yeah.
enough at some of these people.
Lily over here attacking the biracial.
Oh, Lily, that's
What else is new? But I'm waiting for someone that dim with it to say, "Oh, Jose's buying subs."
oh my gosh, I'm about to get messy on your little stream. But you know that they are calling out Misunderstood right now because Misunderstood has been buying views on her live stream. Dude, they're exposing her over there in the beef sector. Like she has like some of them like 183,000 views and like 5 comments, and they're just like, "Girl, stop."
Uh, uh, I don't know. Maybe she needs to get back on her meds. I don't know.
Oh, she stopped
Or
beefing. She
therapy.
stopped beefing. She stopped beefing in the beef sector, so she just does like the political commentary. But you gotta like it's pretty much starting all over when you're like seeking out a different audience. Because even with my channel, it's like in a little bit of a transition. I do some mixed race content, but I do a lot of political stuff. And so like a lot of people that are like in whatever sector you're in, they didn't subscribe to you for whatever new direction you're going in. So I guess she's just like, F it. I'm just gonna just gonna buy me some views and push forward. But like they say she done got out of control because now it's like too obvious. They're like before it was like 1,000 here or there, now it's like 184,000. Like she's out of control. I'm sorry, it's funny.
I guess she's trying to get that exotic tax.
That's a good way to lose your channel though. When that AI, things are different now with the AI. They can catch you That's why I say all the cheaters
Yeah,
that cheated their way in and bought all their fake subs, y'all slid in home base just on time. Because now with the whole AI and all that, they deleting people's channels. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. But look, I'm happy because my growth is authentic. Okay. I didn't have to go negative. I didn't have to buy subs. I didn't have to go through all this ratchet crap. I just basically focus on being the best version of myself. That's all.
Yes, that's the goal. That's what we all doing. We just being
Okay.
ourselves. I don't think any of us are currently being ratchet.
Well, what was y'all talking about again? Repeat that. I couldn't hear y'all.
Jose was just talking about how he ain't ratchet and he doing good.
That's nice.
I mean, let me look. Like I said, last year I actually gained 990 subs on my main channel.
I only gained 10 so far.
That's just because you got to make more content, Irby.
Well, look,
You should do them
and
shorts
look,
and
and then
not
all,
just
and
shorts of
then,
like around your neighborhood, like
yeah,
shorts on actual topics. You know what I mean? Like stories with clips.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what
yeah,
you gotta
and
do.
another thing, it takes a while for a new content creator to to create a presence.
I
I
thought about
remember the days when I only.
I thought about should I do a live on
I
this
mean, I
Maduro,
remember.
but I thought about should I do a live on this Maduro, but I ain't gonna make it. Some people get crazy when you start talking about politics. But I'm like, nah.
Well, it can definitely make it divisive and people can choose not to support you. I've had people say that I don't support her because of her political beliefs. So, yeah, when you put your political beliefs out there, it can be divisive because unfortunately people they act like they can't hear anybody else's opinion or they can't support anybody that thinks differently from them. But to me, I say good riddance because I don't need those type of people on my channel anyways, you know?
Look, one thing I made it perfectly clear: my platforms are not echo chambers. People can say whatever the fluff they want as long as people are mutually respectable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It can be really, really
but
miserable if you let people push you into a box too, where it's like where you feel like you have to perform for the crowd and, do what they want you to do. You don't want to like get in that box as a content creator. I feel like me and Multi got into that box, well, Dreamy now, and where it was like they wanted us to be a certain way and we
yeah,
wouldn't, and we rebelled back on it, and we lost a lot from that, but we also gained like our independence back. So yeah, I wouldn't suggest it's an easy trap to fall into and like becoming a slave to your audience, and I wouldn't suggest it. Just post whatever you want, you know, and you'll find your people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I think you just have to, I think you have to be true to yourself.
Here, either of y'all.
Yeah. Now, Irby, I got a question.
Yeah.
Why on earth do you do your live so late?
No, my last live wasn't late, Jose.
Okay. No, but usually it's like in the wee hours in the morning. It's like I have to like take a nap during the day in order to catch your lives.
I
But
would try to do
whatever
it.
works, I guess.
I would try
Well,
to do it. Sometimes I
Irby,
would make it. Yeah, go ahead, Gigi.
oh no, I was just gonna say that Irby, you're in a good position. I feel like I told you that before because
Mhm.
all you literally got to do is just make the content. Everybody seems to be supporting you. You know.
Yeah.
Do you know that Mulatto
Yeah.
Vanguard came over and was trying
Hmm?
to like suck up to you. Did you know that, Irby?
Oh,
Yeah,
Mulatto
I guess he
Vanguard.
was scrolling my channel and I had shared one of your live going to your channel and it was just like great live, bro, or something. And I was like, look at this fake motherfucker over here.
Really? Really? I don't know that. Like
Yes.
really? Under his on
I
his like.
screenshotted it somewhere on my phone. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta show me that. I didn't see
I
that. Like it was on one of my lives on the comment section.
No, well, I shared your live and then, like he commented on my comment section of sharing the live, but obviously it was a mistake because he thought it was going to your video, right? You know what I mean? But I
Oh,
just thought that was funny. I was like, oh gosh. After all that he talked about Irby, then he's over there like, great live. Like, he's so
I,
fake.
I didn't even see. I didn't see that. What's his name? Still talk shit about me, and he tags me.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
And
me
who's
too. I don't
this?
even know what that whole thing is about. Hybrid.
One thing I'm gonna say, he left me alone. What's his name? Mulatto.
Yeah, I mean, I don't bother with them people anymore or whatever. But I did make that live today about light skinned historian because my God, it's like a hate fest. The whole light skinned man group over there, all they do is hate on light skinned women. Like, it's so wild because like I said, they used to cry they didn't have a voice and they got a voice and they just used it to bash us. So I just think that's very interesting. And to be passport bros. Like that's what y'all were like crying about. Y'all could have done that from day one. You didn't have to ride off our wave. Should have did your own thing from the get, since you don't really support mixed or light
Well,
skinned women.
well, all I can say is the circus is alive and unwell.
I think everything has fell where it's
But
supposed to be. Everybody's just on their own individual squares doing their own thing. It was never a good idea for us to be a community.
Yeah, because let's keep it real. Black YouTube is already dysfunction. Oh, Gigi, that's what they put me on in the algorithm. Adjacent.
Well, we all are, aren't we?
Yeah.
I know I've looked on YouTube where it'll be like it'll have like the boxes on top and like it'll say like Tommy Sotomayor and I'm like, what the hell? I don't even watch it. I don't even think he even has a channel. But like that's because Tommy kind of low key is the godfather of like black YouTube over here this way, right? And so it's like, yeah, we're all under that same, we're just like on different little branches out from it. But yeah, it's black YouTube.
Uh, it's Tommy Sotomayor still? I would think it was probably like Auntie and them.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I've seen
no,
it there
actually, no.
before.
Mhm. Um, one thing I've noticed, like about a week ago, that's why the algorithm. 40% of my audience, almost 40% of my audience is female.
Most of
I
my
need to check
audience
my
is female.
analytics.
Most of them are female too, Jose.
No, because it's funny because I never been that big when it comes to the female audience. But I'm looking the other day, it's like almost 40% of the females actually watch my content.
Oh, Irby, I
Go
wanted to ask
figure.
you since you be over there on Janet's stuff. So you saw the live stream where the chick was on her live stream attacking me, right? Did they ever go on to be friends, or was that just a one pop-up night and then, screwed me over for no reason? Or are they at least actually friends now? Does she still go over there and hang out with her?
Oh, Janet hasn't been live.
Yeah, but you saw the live though where she had the girl come up there and the girl was attacking me, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You thought
You
it
never
was
you never
that?
saw her
You
back
thought
over there again?
no, no.
All that for nothing? Wow, that was smart. These hoes ain't loyal.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna stop to wrap this up. Any
Yeah,
final remarks?
it's
Nope.
okay. Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Irby? I think Irby was gonna say something, Jose.
I was gonna say there's some people that that's been missing
Yeah.
from you. They've been missing from YouTube.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like the holidays, so a lot of people are on break, right?
Like, oh, the last time I haven't seen what's her name, Aurora Lightning. Like, what happened to her?
All the crazy shit, the crazy people, and she ran for the hills. Only crazy people stick around, like us. Jose, thanks for having me on your channel. I had a good time over
Well,
here. It was a great topic. Um, and I'll see you later, Irby. Y'all have a good night.
See ya. See you. Good night.
All right, good night. Bye, Jose.
okay. Thank you very much for stopping by.
You're
Bye.
welcome. I shared you out. Okay, bye.
So, okay.
I
So,
didn't get to see
Irby,
the.
anything else you want to
Yeah, I didn't
say
get to
before
see. I
I
didn't get
wrap
to see
this up?
the. Yeah, I didn't get to see the whole live about ramen, about your ramen on the mayor, the new mayor of New York. But I would just say, y'all should give him a. Y'all should give him a chance. What he did like 4 years. Like how many years the New York mayor runs? Yeah, I should give him a chance. After 4 years, if he's not, if he didn't deliver what he
All,
promised,
I'm-
and just
all I'm saying is, yeah.
get rid of
All
him.
I'm saying, let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I'm gonna call this a night. Well, first of all, thank you very much, Irby, for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for letting me up, Jose.
And of course, I would encourage you. Yeah, you're quite well. Have a good night. So so my final thoughts is this: let's see what happens with the new mayor, and if he doesn't do what he said he was going to do, let's hold him accountable. Now I'm going to be live tomorrow night. I think 9 o'clock on my main channel talking about how to approach this year. And so you can see a lot of crazy stuff is happening. And the problem is it could be very fearful. So I'm just going to talk about how to approach this, with certain amount of caution, but not let yourself be controlled by fear. Huge shout out to those who are watching the clouds. Thank you, Gigi. Thank you, Irby. And of course, we're going to close the same way we always close. We must do everything possible to avoid the presence of the mentally and intellectually challenged. Because if we fail to do so, we'll be affected by the stupidity and insanity. And whatever we say and do, we should do with the glory of God. And with that being said, thank you very much for stopping by. Take care. Have a good night. Stay blessed. And peace.
Be strong.